In this video, not only am I going to tell you what executive functioning skills are, but I'm also going to tell you what is going on in the brain, especially the ADHD brain, of why people with ADHD suffer with executive functioning skills. I think the first time that I learned about executive functioning skills was when I was midway through college. So in my third year in college, and I was suffering in a lot of my college classes, and I had one of my counselors suggest you should take a skills class. And I was like, okay, well, it's a skills class. And she mentioned about it had to do with a lot of the executive functioning, something that I probably suffer with because I have ADHD. I was like, okay, whatever. So I signed up for a skills class, and wow, it really opened up my mind about what I was suffering with executive functioning skills. So you might be, okay, what is executive functioning skills? To simply put, what executive functioning skills is the mental ability and cognition to do directed goal things. So things such as directing actions, controlled behavior, motivate us to achieve our goals, as well as accomplish more tasks. But to even break it down further, executive functioning can be like time management, be able to pay attention, be able to switch our focus when we need to, plan and organize, remembering to do things, remember small details or really important details that we tend to forget. Avoid saying or doing the wrong things. Also, it could also mean multitasking. So when I was in class learning about all these different things, about time management, planning and structuring, and how to perform better in school, I was just so fascinated, and the teacher taught really well for me to understand. And in fact, a lot of my classmates, they thought, oh, you know, this is just stuff, oh, this is typical stuff. And they were just in there just because they were told to. And I was like, well, I suffer this. Maybe you guys get it. You know, I've always understood and thought this is just basic stuff that you guys have to learn. But for me, having ADHD, this made a huge difference for me and performing in school because I was able to learn different tactics and stuff like that. But to take it another step further is it's nice to know, okay, this is what executive functioning is, but what's going on in our ADHD brain that makes it difficult for us to learn these skills. This also helps us to understand what executive functioning is. So where all the executive functioning happens is in our front of our brain, our prefrontal cortex. Whereas everything in the back of the brain is where we kind of store a lot of our information when we're learning things, but in the prefrontal cortex is where all our executive functioning skills are. Now, there's 4 different circuits that are kind of going on that develop these different types of executive functioning skills. So let me go over each one of those. The first circuit is the what circuit. So this is where you're basically what you need to do as far as executing plans, determining goals, doing tasks. This is the what part of it, of executing. Not only is it for like be able to accomplish goals, but the step-by-step things that you need to do to execute it to actually achieve that goal. The next circuit is the when. So this is more of the timeline thing. This helps people to be able to put things in a timely fashion, to have good time management skills, to put things in a step-by-step process in a timely fashion to achieve it. So also helping you not be late, to be able to show up on time, to be able to finish tasks on time. This is important with it coming with executive functioning. The next one is the why. This is more about how you feel and the emotions that you have when it comes to executing certain tasks and stuff like that. So how you feel. The fourth is the how, and this is basically how you feel towards those things, and also looking back and reflecting on past experiences so that you can plan accordingly and execute certain tasks that you have because you reflect back on past experiences. Now, people with ADHD suffer in each one of these categories, maybe not every single one, but the interesting thing is that people who have actually, researchers have scanned ADHD brains and looked at, through a SPECT scan, as well as look at, brain activity. They find people with ADHD, guess where the problem is? The prefrontal cortex. Exactly. So this is why 90% of people with ADHD suffer with executive functioning issues. It's what we call as executive dysfunction, but only 90%. Not everybody with ADHD doesn't necessarily have executive functioning disorders, but 90%. So that's a huge amount of people with ADHD tend to have this issue. So you might be like, okay, what do I do from here? What you need to be doing is learning different strategies and tactics that are specific for people with ADHD to learn those executive functioning skills. And so watch this video right here where I talk about specifically what I did that helped me learn executive functioning skills with an ADHD brain and how I use it with my clients. So watch this video right here and I'll see you guys there.